Hey, welcome everyone. This is our first video for Coverline. We get asked a lot of times, how do you use the Swatch book? This is our tabletop Swatch book here, and a lot of people ask questions like, what is your numbering system? Does this color cover gray? How do high lifts work? Maybe what are some correctors or boosters? We also have our direct dye colors in the bottom. I at least want to go through the Swatch book initially and answer some of your questions as we go. Across the top of the Coverline Swatch book, what you've got are your neutrals. This is going to be a true neutral base for all of them. So your top 10 colors here are all neutral. When I come here, you're going to see this, a 5003 all the way to a 10003. These are going to be, have a little extra warmth to them. Maybe that extra G, the 3 means gold. Your NN series are right here. So this is what most people are accustomed to. You usually don't have both sides of the equation. With Coverline, you can go warmer or a little bit on the cooler side with your straight NN. So if you're covering gray, at least initially, most people will use these when you're over 50%. Under 50%, they'll bring some neutral down. This is your 01 series. This is going to be your neutral ash. This is your double ash series. So that goes from 5 to level 9. We also have a beautiful blue black that a lot of lines do not have. What you'll notice in Coverline is that we can get true to swatch every time by understanding the different levels of peroxide, which we'll talk about in another video, and also how to bring down your mixing ratios, which we'll also talk about in a scale video coming up in the future. We do have a gold series and also a gray coverage gold. Down here we've got beige. Over here is tobacco. We have beautiful chocolates as well. A lot of lines do not have a chocolate series. And remember, every color here can be used as a permanent shade or as a toner. Coverline is demi and permanent in one tube. There's no need to have multiple tubes anymore if you don't want to do that. It's all going to be about mixing ratios and developer selection. Like I said, we'll talk about that in the future. As I come through here, look at all of these coppers. When I talk to people about some coppers, they automatically think like the reddy color, but it looks more like this typically. And I don't know if you can see this really quick. It's more like a brown red. Because we're pure pigment, I can get these beautiful copper tones that are true like that. That might be a little bit much for people. I know we all don't want Ronald McDonald hair, but we have these available. Where most of the times in a lot of other lines, they have a brown tone pre-built in. And like I said up here, if you want a brown tone, you're gonna have to bring it down to each fold that we talk through. Over here, we've got some mahoganies, some violet colors. You can see like these are your VV series. I don't know if you can see that as well. Look how rich and purple that is. And even up here, you've got triple pigment red. Who else has got a triple pigment red in the video? I personally don't know any other line, and that's why we love it, you know? Even for your really people who's like, no matter what I do, they turn brown or orangey, right? All I do is I see this warmth. We even have a green double green. You know, so that's a lot of ash to put down for somebody, but we do have some of those colors too. We just want to give you guys every tool in the tool chest to help solve some of the everyday problems that you guys have. As we come through here, these are our Super Lift series. Again, these are all permanent. You're going to have to be at least level 7 and above to really start using these. These are all going to require double developer. Up here, our standard mix ratio is 1 to 1.5. And if you're covering gray, we highly recommend go 1 to 1 with 10 volume. Again, 10 volume gray coverage. But as we come down here through the Super Lift series, you can see that these are beautiful tones and how you could use these as toners. I think people forget sometimes that permanent hair color, if you can drive it into the cuticle shaft far enough, what happens then is that this is a permanent solution. And we all know blondes all run in packs, don't we? So if you solve one person's problem properly, you're probably gonna get additional clientele. We do have the correctors or boosters in a clear, so if I don't have the exact color and we're doing midnight hair, I can come down here and put a clear in, and I can make some of these colors. If I have a 6N here, and I put in some clear, I can make my 7 and just dilute it down. You don't wanna go more than a couple different levels with that, but you can definitely make those. A violet booster, green, blue, and red. These two colors are very unique. This is going to be a blue toner that you're gonna mix at level really 8 and above. This is gonna be a violet additive. I said toner, but this is really an additive. These two colors here solve everyday problems for people. So this violet additive is really level 9 and above. That's where the pale yellow still lies in our hair shaft. So by mixing some of the V in with this, what you'll be able to do is cancel out that. But sometimes maybe you've got that little bit of orangey undertone. That's where the G series will come in. We also have gray blending with a light gray, medium, and a dark gray. Many people will actually use this. This has got a heavy blue base as well. Many people will put this in with this to help tone. These down here are direct dye or fantasy shades. Now these are very interesting. So we have a large selection and assortment. These two colors though, a lot of people will mix. This is an anti-yellow as well as the platinum silver. These two colors here, what people use these for oftentimes are direct dye, direct toners. So they'll put it in with their blue shampoo or their violet shampoo, and it helps expedite the process where they're not using a whole bunch of additional toners from a different bottle format maybe somebody else uses. And they just put it right in with it and they solve the problem as that shampoo is sitting on that they're hoping to not have to tone. Sometimes a few drops of this in that volcano setting in your hand will solve the problem. The rest of these, they are what they are. These pastel shades, you're gonna have to be level 10 or higher. Some of these darker ones down here, you maybe can get level 9. But again, it's Coverline 9, which is pretty light. It's pretty light. Hopefully this is a great introduction to the swatch book to you guys. In the future, we'll have more videos about the color wheel, the underlying pigment of each one of these.